Hello everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going over to Fartboy. Once again, thank you for support, okay? Be the CoinsKid crew. So I bought Fartboy way back when, on January the 15th at 8:33 PM after coming back from football. I just put $340 into it, and you know, it's been doing really well ever since. And I've not sold a single Fartboy token. And as you can see, I've just been buying the dips basically and just dollar cost averaging into Fartboy. So it doesn't mean that Fartboy is going to take off into space just because I'm not selling it. Doesn't mean it's not going to go to zero or whatever. Like I said to you, it's a meme coin. I'm just dollar cost averaging. This is exactly what you should be doing with meme coins. They are extremely volatile. What goes up must come down and all that kind of business. But you know, I'm just riding the waves there. Now I do think there's a very bullish statement from Bitcoin today that we've not necessarily entered the bear market, which is what's being thrown around a lot. And obviously we are seeing a massive drawdown, but you know, we've seen these drawdowns before. Bonk corrected twice, I think it was, at 85%. Fartcoin, that corrected about 3 times, 85%. And you know, Fartboy's no different. So for me, I'm still accumulating. I did buy some a few days ago. I'm looking to buy a few more today as well. So this is my token address. I've not sold a single Fartboy token. It doesn't mean I'm Moontile, Bulltile, whatever, but like I said to you, I'm just dollar cost averaging into this thing, and hopefully it gets to the targets that I'm anticipating, just like Bonk did, Fartcoin, you know, Whiff, all them kind of projects have done in the past. But again, nothing I say is financial advice. Let me show you this potentially bullish statement from Bitcoin today, okay? So looking at Bitcoin on a weekly time frame, we're doing something we don't typically do in bear markets, and a lot of people are jumping up and down saying we have entered a bear market. But like I said to you, if those people have been paying attention, I actually think we've got a leg higher here for Bitcoin. It doesn't make me a perm bull, perm bear, whatever. It's just pure data that I'm looking at, okay? And the data of the markets and the structure of this move to the upside. I think there's a leg missing to the upside here for Bitcoin that we've not yet seen yet. And you know, one thing we do typically see, don't see, sorry, in bear markets is on these big drawdowns, okay? Look at your big bear markets that last for a long time, your big drawdowns. We don't see these signals until, you know, we've finished the bear market, we're bottomed or whatever. We don't see these buy signals kick into play. So I think the hash ribbon indicator, that's an on-chain metric. It's a beautiful metric. It's got beautiful history. If you take a look, since 2009, you know, it's been telling you to buy Bitcoin, you know, regularly on the weekly time frame. Although it doesn't feel like it at the time, each opportunity has been very fruitful. And right now, we've got another opportunity to buy Bitcoin according to the data, not emotion. You know, we're printing a buy signal on the hash ribbon indicator. So to get this into your charts and go back as far as you can for Bitcoin, go to symbol search on TradingView, and what you're looking for is the third one down. Type in BTC USD, the third one down, all-time history index, and then you want to drop this indicator into your charts. It's a free indicator. Just go to the indicator section and type in hash and drop it in. Hash ribbons, Capriol investment. So typically, and again, this is just data I'm relaying to you, bear market, no signal, bear market, no signal, bear market, no signal, bear market, no signal. Yet people are saying we've entered a bear market here, but we've got a signal for the first time in history. So for me, I'm a data guy, I'm not an emotional guy. I do anticipate we've got a leg missing here for Bitcoin, and with that, this is why the confidence may be in the buy signal that we're seeing right now. So we've seen a few buy signals since its bottom in 2022. I'll go through this with you quickly. What we've got is basically we've got a buy signal at the bottom there in 2020. When was that? 2022. In, I think that was roughly January. So we bottomed here end of 2022, come up impulsively, correctively, and right now we're in this impulsive move to the upside. You know, respectfully, if you take a look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame at the moment, we've got these lows and we've got these higher highs. So this is still uptrend structure that's still intact. So if Bitcoin turns around here and breaks to the upside, then your buy signal was confluence to that particular analysis. So my primary at the moment is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I still think this is the final fifth wave we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for Bitcoin. Could be completely wrong, but the confluence to that particular analysis could be the buy signal. So if that is the case, we've not had the blow off top of this cycle. We've not seen the mania phase of this cycle. We've not seen the waterfall in the Bitcoin dominance, because it's coming in this next leg to the upside for Bitcoin as represented in the buy signal, which is something you don't see in bear markets. Really simple. So let's dive into the Fartboy chart right now to see what we can see. But you know, it's a little bit of positive data going forward that we may not have entered a bear market, you know, which is what's being thrown around by a lot of analysts on YouTube and Twitter right now. Although obviously it feels like a bear market, I can assure you that drawdown felt like a bear market, this drawdown felt like a bear market, but it wasn't, because it led to that and it led to that, and these buy dots were representative of that. Okay, let's dive into the Fartboy chart right now to see what we can see. So looking at this tweet I made recently for Fartboy, basically what I like to do is when the market's in a state of fear, blood and depression, this is where I do start to look at opportunities. For example, way back in October last year, the market was coming downstairs, everyone was really bearish, it didn't feel like it was going to break out to the upside, but I did look at a coin called Fartboy, and I called it at 23 million market cap, and it tagged out at 2 billion market cap. It was a huge trade for anyone that paid attention. Okay, it was a private trade in the Discord that I get for the CoinsKid crew, as was Fartboy in January. So basically as well, Bonk in January of 2023, it was trading at 37 million market cap. I was looking at Bonk as a meme coin call on that impulse it was brewing for Bitcoin, and it got to $4 billion market cap. So this is why I'm looking at potential scenarios for Fartboy to get to 2 billion to 4 billion market cap as a potential, because I've seen meme coins do it before. So I don't call meme coins every day like most YouTubers or most analysts right there calling meme coins every single day for clicks basically. So I did my research, I looked at the opportunity with you, I've relayed so many times why I picked Fartboy as my meme coin selection. It was a fantastic opportunity on Bonk in January 2023, fantastic opportunity on Fartcoin in October 2024, and Fartboy was a beautiful opportunity for anyone paying attention in January of this year. I still think that Fartboy is a potential opportunity because I don't necessarily think we've seen this final fifth wave impulsive move to the upside. So please pay attention to what I'm saying, because I will call out more meme coins in the future, but I'm not someone that calls out meme coins every single week and every single day. I've only called Bonk in January 2023, 37 million market cap, Fartcoin 23 market cap, Fartboy 8.7k market cap. Wow, amazing entry point right there. So again, I wish I had most luck. There's no guarantees that Fartboy will break out and go to 1 billion or 2 billion, 4 billion, whatever, but I'm just looking at rinse repeat on Crypto Street. Bonk got to 4 bill, Fartcoin got to 2 bill, Fartboy could get to them levels going forward. So that's why I have my targets and them particular price appreciation targets going forward. I wish I had most luck. Let's dive into the charts right now to see what we can see, okay? So looking at Fartboy on the 8-hourly time frame at the moment, coming downstairs, it's horrible. But one thing we've not seen here, which is typical of bear markets beginning, is basically you come up like this and then whew, quick rug pull, huge selling pressure, and then you couldn't make your lower high, and then you just fizzle out like this. Okay, this for me at the moment is just sort of overlapping corrective nature. Okay, it's just overlapping corrective flaggy, zigzaggy nature, which is synonymous with corrections basically. So I think that this is a corrective price structure at the moment, and the key thing we've got to pay attention to going forward is obviously Bitcoin, because at the moment, like I've relayed to you, we don't necessarily see them buy signals in bear markets. So if Bitcoin at some point turns around, then I anticipate liquidity to flow back into Fartboy, which is basically a micro cap according to in comparison to Bitcoin. Really simple. So for me at the moment, I'm just playing the accumulation game. So I don't quite know exactly where this is going to bottom out. I've not got a crystal ball, but it is all about Bitcoin. If we do start to see Bitcoin coming back up the stairs, then I think we've got a positive in the crypto markets, and with that I would imagine liquidity flows back into Fartboy, because at the moment, just like every single coin, unless you've been living under a rock, every single coin is drawing back. VeChain, Cardano, Ethereum, they're all drawing back, they're all pulling back. Okay, so Fartboy is not on its own, it's not being bullied in the corner, it's not exempt from this pullback, and if the market turns around and Bitcoin breaks out to the upside, I don't think it will be exempt from the upside in this particular chart as well. So the overlapping nature here, the overlapping corrective waves, for me, first time in a very long time we are seeing some kind of sideways price action here for Fartboy. If we take a look at the 8-hourly time frame, we've got really oversold, high low, index low, lower low. So that's a bullish divergence that led to this move to the upside, okay, for this particular project off this low just there. But if you take a look, we did actually print a bearish divergence where we've got the index there making a high and lower high, and then the RSI we've got a bearish divergence where we made the high and higher high. So that's a bearish divergence which has led to this pullback, which has lost the bullish divergence, which has created a bullish divergence, sorry. So we've gone from bearish divergence to bullish divergence, and right now we've got a positive reaction. So we're coming up, we're pulling back. If this is the bottom, which is possible because this is the first time we've seen a bullish divergence on the 8-hourly time frame, if this is the bottom, we should start to see something like this for this particular project, where it creates an ascending triangle, breaks out back test, comes into this leg, which is basically a double top drop, ascending triangle, comes back up and creates a reversal signature pattern here, and then from this point here we are pretty much going sideways, where you create this level of accumulation for the next leg to the upside. But it is obviously all about Bitcoin. We've got to pay attention to Bitcoin. So I'm just playing the accumulation game here for a Fartboy. I'm not looking to swing it because I think it's dangerous and things like that. The market could take off at any point, absolutely possible, but let's keep an eye on Bitcoin going forward. forward. So for me, it's an accumulation game for Fartboy. Can we get to these levels? I would love to see it. 1 billion and obviously 4 billion, which is what we saw Bonk get to, and Whiff and many other Memecoin projects in the past. I think Shiba Inu got to them big price appreciations in the past. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility here. So for me, I'm just in the accumulation for Fartboy. I've not sold a single token. I relay that to you. So wish something most luck. If you are looking to buy and trade Fartboy, I would highly recommend Blowfin. The link's in the video description. I wish everyone the most luck going forward. But for me, let's keep an eye on Bitcoin going forward. It is the king of the market. Hope you enjoyed the update. Stay up for 6 on, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Back to an update on Fartboy. Bye bye.